And rising, y'all. And rising. Interesting. Very interesting day today. Going towards the end of the week. Turn this TV down. Watching CNN. They were speaking on this oil prices should be going down. And it's a good chance. Well, futures as of right now, they're going up. We gotta be careful in the market. But according to what we've been saying the past 2-3 days, it still stands. But you also want to make sure you can protect yourself if we was to get a ship. So the first thing first, let's go to SPY. SPY has been declining from that last high of 760. We went straight down to 721 and bounced right back up to 756 and been declining ever since. So what I was seeing, I thought we could at least get to that 753 before coming back down. We didn't quite get exactly to the 53. Very, very close. But of course, we got another impulsive downtrend. So from what we were saying yesterday, we were saying this can go to, of course, 745, and you got 740. Two major prices as far as the 4 hours. Now, when we speak on the daily, with this gap, literally we have a 21 moving average at 746. So 746 look realistic. Now, according to the daily MACD, the momentum is riding much more on the downside. So just say, for instance, I want you to see the histogram. You see the histogram numbers going up from here, started going up. So if we was to get a histogram today lower than this minus 1.71, they had to let you know we're gonna have a lot more blood on the floor, guys. This can last probably until next week sometime. All right, as far as the weekly, remember what I was saying? As far as this open price, the open at 751.85. And I was telling you guys, well, this was in the private group. I was telling my people in the private group, soon as we lose that 751.85, this can get ugly. And today is only Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bearish engulfing on the weekly. So that means we got to close lower than 741.75 for it to be a bearish engulfing. But we'll see the way how this thing crept back up. I don't know. This way. It's a little tricky, but I'm still leaning on the downside, guys. I'm still leaning on the downside. I was waiting for, hopefully we get a 753 pump, or at least a pump to that opening to 751. In some sense, we got there already as far as the 4 hours. I think it's time for more push, y'all. Oh, spent too much time on that. Let's go to SQQQ. So they hanging on that 21 moving average on that 4 hours, and that's a good signal. As far as the daily, this thing can go back above the 21 moving average, which is at 40.29. We close at 38.35. And as of right now, we at 37.93. But according to this 4 hour, 2 hours, and 1 hour, it looks good for the continuation on the upside, y'all. So with that being said, the market should come down today. You should have a nice, good pullback. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Let's get to these equities, though. I've been following these guys. This thing went all the way down to 100, 103. And from what we're seeing on this hour, it don't look like it's strong enough, guys. 30 minutes just gave it up. It do not look like it's strong enough. So because of that, it's a good chance we can slide down some more. And that means losing this Fibonacci level at 104.48, 104.48. Go back to the 4 hours. Still showing bearish signals because the MACD, the blue line, is still under the yellow line. And it don't look like it's ready to cross back above it just yet. Because if we go to the daily, this is straight downtrend. And then we get another histogram that's lower than this minus 3.98. Because like I said, see some blood on the floor. As far as this weekly doesn't look strong enough. We got a bearish inside bar too, but the weekly is not finished. So this thing can go to the next level on the fib, which is 93. I wouldn't be surprised. If it don't hold that level on the fib, it can go to 87, but just keep 93 in our mind. This is another one that's given out badly. Just had a 6% drop yesterday, but in the pre-market, we up 5%. According to the weekly, don't look good. Daily, of course not. It has to come down some more. We have a 200 moving average at 80. And right now we at 86, so that's a good drop. $6 difference. But according to this 4 hours, we hanging on that 21 moving average. So this thing can retrace back to that Fibonacci level. Very, very possible. But what I'm seeing here, we got a major depth cross. The 50-day moving average cross the 200. Now, maybe before continuation, we can have some type of a retest on these last support levels to show those support levels as resistance. So that's the 50-day moving average plus the Fibonacci level at 20, what's that, 23%? And that's 89. And we got 89.78 and 89.27. According to the 1 hour, this thing look much more stronger. So we have a 200 very close to the Fibonacci level. It's at 90.56. And I have 144 moving average at 89.32. So it's all in the area of that Fibonacci level. That looks kind of strong on that hour, so we gotta be careful. But the 30 minutes starting to give up. And it's also hanging on the 144 as support. We was to break below that. Of course, we go into 84.92. Let's check the 15 minute. So this thing looked like it can hold, but still showing bearish signals. So that 85.77 looks good too. I like this thing to go lower to at least 80, maybe even 75 if we talk about that weekly 50-day moving average. But we have to lose this level first. Now, Rocket Lab, we said 93. Now is also sliding. According to the daily, we got a 50-day moving average on the daily, which is 99.39. And we look like we're trying to slide there as we speak. 4 hours not complete just yet on the downside. You got the blue line still under the signal line on the MACD. And we heading for a death cross with the 50-day moving average crossing the 200 on the downside. So that's also a bearish signal. Still got bearish signal on the 2 hours. 1 hour looks like it's ready to start retracing on that 21 moving average. But the 30 minutes still looks weak. So I would lean a little more on puts with now. Even Planetaire. Planetaire been holding the 200 for a little while, but they not showing enough strength to keep going up. But here, this is more of a golden cross. We have the 50-day moving average crossing the 200 going upward. So it's a lot of mixed signals. Well, yeah, the daily look like it wants to retrace back to that 21 moving average, and that's 138. That's a good spot to look out for. But in whole reality, this thing is still bearish because of the monthly. But it has to retrace maybe to that 138. So we might have a little pop in the morning. I call it a dump pump day. I'm sorry, a pump dump day. We might get a little pump, and then it should fall right back on its head towards the end of the day or towards the lunchtime. So AMD, same difference. These guys is not totally complete falling just yet. And according to this histogram, that next histogram got lower. So, of course, if this histogram actually be lower than yesterday's, which you see, we going to 489, y'all, if that was to happen. And that's the 21 moving average on a daily. You go to the 4 hours, it's showing downtrend. And we also retrace back to the 21 after we lost it yesterday. We trace back to the 21, show rejection. And of course, 499 is the next level. That's the 50-day moving average. We got 490. That's 144. And we also have 476 according to the 4 hours. These is good prices to look out for, because from what it looks like, we're going to head down to those prices. And according to the 2 hours, we have the 200 moving average at 504. We close at 507. We a little higher towards the pre-market at 520, but it's also not getting above the 50-day moving average on the 2 hours. And that's a good sign for us to hit the 200 moving average, which is 504. And say if we showing so much more weakness, that's a major gap at 458 as far as the 400 EMA. But the 2 hours look like it's showing bearish signals. But now the 1 hour is actually holding the 21 moving average. We got the 30 minutes. It's still showing like, this thing is not. It don't have enough strength to get above that 50-day moving average. As of right now, it is above it, just a few cents. But we need some force. We need some force on the upside for this thing could continue on the upside according to the 15 minute is indecisive. It looked like it do want to go up. So look out for the 522. That could be resistance, maybe even 532. But I don't think we will have to break this like I said, 522 first. We break that 522, that could be a goal for 530, maybe even 532. As for not least, we got AMD. We got NVDA. NVIDIA been hovering like a motherfucker under this 21 moving average, bouncing off this 200, still showing some sense of strength. According to this 1 hour, we go to the 2 hours, this thing look like it's ready to give up. Plus, we done lost the 50-day moving average, 2 hours, so we go straight to the 4 hours. That'll let you know we should get back to that 50-day moving average. It's just 207. It's just $1 difference from where we at. But if we lose that level, we got the 400 EMA, which is 205. So this is another reason why we've been hanging on to these prices and ranging. We got a lot of moving averages playing on the 4 hours, 2 hours, and 1 hour. According to those moving averages, those are support resistance. Go back to the daily. This thing is trying to, it closed under the 50-day moving average yesterday. And that can be a good sign for this thing to continue dropping. And I still like 192. Until I see a better daily strength indicator signals on a bullish side. Until then, I still like puts, y'all. With that being said, y'all guys want any coachings on chart fundamentals, you got to hit me on the DM. Please, please, I would really appreciate you like and follow the YouTube. You can also subscribe on Instagram. That's where I'll be throwing little tutorials. I don't be putting that up on YouTube. That's more for the people who pay for the service. And I also have a mentorship. It's a little more access than just, finding price targets and things of that nature. Mentor comes with me actually helping you build out your portfolio, give you a good financial strategy for a long term. If you're interested, you gotta hit me on a DM. And with that being said, my Facebook page is Ronald P. Finney. And my Instagram is I Like Options. You'll also see Ronald Finney on the Instagram. So like, follow, subscribe, guys, and catch you guys in the next video. Peace.